everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. It's day 6 of September Stash Smash, and I thought today I would start out by bringing you on a little bit of like a scavenger hunt like that I do very often when I'm making a journal. So for those of you who missed so far, I've been working away on this little Fisherman's Luck book that I've decided to give, you know, a gentle fishing theme too, but also, you know, a little bit of a magic theme because it's called Fisherman's Luck, and it's like, you know, I think there's magic in that. So that being said, I was hoping to look through some of my vintage photos. I've got cabinet cards back here, but that's not really what I'm looking for. Vintage photos that might have something related to fishing or something like that. And this is just like one kind of pile that I have. I'll bring you in. I know there's a lot of stuff like about nursing because there was a nurse in this family. This is just a little envelope. Maybe we could use that though as like a use it up kind of experience. I have all of these negatives. I have a ton of negatives, and I'm going to do a project with them at some point using a technique and actually a digital from Eva at Bohemian Crafting. I wanna play with those. I have some ideas that she inspired me. But we have to first try to find something that could go with this kind of fishing theme. So we've got kids and a bit of Christmas time. Oh, he's crying. Poor baby. Little wagon. So cute. Okay. These are all bibbies. Christmas. This is a notepad of like black gel notes. I feel like there's a better place for that probably, but I'm not going to worry too much. I tried to like keep these things a little organized, like my bits and bobs of things, but it does not always happen that way. I will not pretend. So here's a bunch of guys sitting in a hayloft. Some of these are such tiny little photos. Car. Buildings. This is like Vickers outside of a church or something. Needless to say, I have so many old photos. I'm pretty sure I will find something. What's this? This looks like the inside of some kind of a, I don't know, like a factory or something, or not. Oh, here. Line Grunei. I don't know what that says. Oh, this is all in German. That would be why. I don't know what it says. Some women in bathing suits. We're getting a little closer. I might use that one. This is like a workshop, an airplane kind of scene. These guys look like fishermen. Absolutely. We could put that in there for sure. And this is a lovely lady beside a boat. We could use her. Yeah, so I think we've got a few things there that will be nice. I know I've got like lots of kind of boat type things. Boat and beach pictures. Oh, that's so nice. Look how dramatic that picture is. It's so cool. I love finding like old photos that were taken, like that's a nice one of a bridge, that could work, of like a family, and like, you know, they got a little bit creative and they were, you know, trying to capture photos that almost look like they were from a film or something. It's kind of cool. These are all little portraits. Oh, that little Nestle Parfumeur label. Libania. I think I'll put that in my small ephemera stash over there. It's kind of cool. Tiny film strips. This big slide. Would have been funny to see the video. This is cute. Look at this little stroller this little one's in. So tiny. That could be a good one too. And this is like a rushing, you know, waterfall coming down. That's kind of cool too. A little family in the water. That's cute. That could be like, you know, we were waiting for Dad while he's out fishing. Did any of you do that? I did lots of that. This is a little like double shot of a woman, sitting, you know, on a water, kind of like at an edge of like a stream. That could be cool. So that's good. That gives us a little collection of things that can go into that book. I just need to tidy these back up here. Put them back in here. And then I'm just going to do a real quick browse without showing you all these. Just a quick flip to see if I see any pictures of men who are fishing. Just in case. I don't want to dig through all of these, but I'm pretty sure I do have pictures of men fishing and pictures of fish like being held up. Like the day's catch kind of. But I don't know if it's in this bin or not. Because like I said, I've got a decent amount of photographs that are housed in a couple different little bins. I don't think it's going to be here, but you never know. Okay, good. Now, what else do we have? There's some trip diary pages. That might be kind of a nice little thing to add into the journal too. One of these places visited. And see, this is a good exercise when you're making a journal, because like it's when you actually go into all the little things that you've got, like when you buy stationery and postcards and things like that, you know, try to take a look at them and bring them in on the themes that you're working on. Like here's a really nice postcard for a fisherman's luck situation, you know? Imagine being out fishing and seeing that. So I like to kind of tell a story that way. And I have a bunch of other photos back here, but these are like a little bit more, not necessarily super modern, but I'm thinking the 70s and 80s. This one's not. This is another old one, but this was a photo album of like these folks in the probably 70s and 80s. Yeah, this is 81. These kind of photos, I love the rounded corners and how they're cut, but they can be a little more challenging to kind of use. Like these make good backgrounds, but some of them, like, you know, trying to figure out how to use these kind of photos can be more challenging. Like especially this one. Okay, like this guy has his pants down and he's covering his bum with a bunch of big rhubarb leaves. You know, welcome to the 80s, totally inappropriate times. Oh, and an even closer up one. Thankfully you can't see anything, but yeah. Oh, and it's a lady, actually. She's got the rhubarb leaves around her this time. The first one was him, and yeah. Oh, funny. But you know, this is like your typical 80s like photo of like people just wild people in the 80s. Oh, baby. I think these are all just kind of family, kind of messing around photos. This one is like a, you know, obviously some kind of a vacation photo or something. That's funny, but I'm not going to put it in. I think it would kind of fit the theme, but it's a little bit too beaucoup. That could be good. Like that's a, you know, a dam. Oh, so could this. This is a stream. Maybe we'll use the stream to have like a nice color photo. There's another bridge, but they're a little similar, so we won't use those. Okay, so that's a good little haul of those, I think, of these things. So these can become kind of part of this. Now I'm going to take a quick look at what scrapbook paper I would like. Actually, I got to look at this. I may not need scrapbook paper. I just remembered. I purposely left, I think, the end papers in here, right? That was part of my plan for this book. And they look like this. Yeah. So let me put this away and we'll continue. Okay, so I did a little bit more digging. Let's set aside these things. And I also found my Freshwater Fishes of Britain and Europe book. I was looking for, I know I have a book that's basically like a fishing logbook for you to record your catches, but I can't find it. I'll probably take another look for it. See, that's why these kind of exercises are necessary, because I know it's a little, like a medium-sized small book, and so it's full of things that I use as paper, not as like book stuff, like for cutting. So this is why it's important to kind of organize and use stuff up so you can find what you have, because I have a general idea that it's probably in my large like paper ephemera things in this basket over here, but like I need to do a little organizing to find it. So anyways, I will find it. But I did find, I think, the perfect thing for the opening kind of cover of this book, like on the end papers. And this is a very old, like early 1900s photograph of these people in this boat. See how cute? So that will be perfect. And I love that it's been pulled from a photo album where you could not get that like wheat paste up, you know, from, you know, the backing. And I also found him in his bathing costume here beside his car. And it looks like they're doing some camping. So I could imagine this would be like pulling away from fishing, because you can kind of see the gate of the water back there too. And it's from 1959. I found an old Irish lottery ticket. It's an Irish hospital sweepstakes ticket. That's kind of fun because it's luck, right? Fisherman's luck. And then this Morris Falls near Kentville, Nova Scotia postcard that was sent in 1908, August 11th, to Dear Miss Morse. I am well and having a good time. Hoping you are well and having a good time. Goodbye, Gladys Landry. So funny. And the stamp has been steamed off there. It's just funny to think you would put this in the mail, you know, to just say, I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. It's so cute. And then the Hamlin Guide to Freshwater Fishes. This is a really nice book. So, you know, I could probably grab a signature or two out of here to put in this journal. Grab those. You know, I won't make ephemera with them, but I'll actually just take the whole page. And I think we'll add two. That'll be a nice bit for this. Okay, so we've gathered a bunch of things, right, so that we can work on this. So why don't we do a little work on this today? And that will be my kind of, you know, downsizing the stash a bit. These I will put away and be right back. All right, so the first thing I think I might try to do, we'll take the signatures out here. And I don't have, I think, yeah, we're not too bulky. We're okay. I got to stop adding more pages, though. We've got to settle down on adding more pages. How is the size? Oh, it's perfect. Okay, so let's figure out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that's quite a few pages in that one. 7, okay. 1. I might actually use one of these on the outside. I think that would be nice to mix it up a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, perfect. So that's a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 1, 2. I kind of want to put that in here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's got a lot. Let's just see what this has. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Okay, so this one's kind of chonky, to be honest. I'm going to think about what I don't need. I think I don't need this. It's quite thick paper. And it doesn't add a lot of value. Yeah, so I'm going to go with that. Taking that one out. Okay. And then I also need to decide, because I haven't yet, the order for these pages. I kind of want to put her on the front. Well, maybe. So it all depends. If I want to have some kind of a flip out, which maybe I do here, maybe we'll keep this the same. So what I try to do with the front pages of my journals is like, actually, maybe I might put this back in, but in a different signature. Hold on. What did I say was in this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can put it in this one. Sorry. So what I try to do with my journals is make the front page like either something sort of that's inviting you into the theme, which this isn't necessarily. It is, because it's going to be the color hues and kind of a part of the story of the magic. But I would also want to include something kind of like that takes you into the fisherman's luck kind of concept, right? So that is what I'm thinking I'll do with this. Like, you know, possibly something like this to be like a flip out, and maybe, you know, something that's just a little more specific to our fish theme. And I do have another page over here staring at me. It's just in the Tuesday 10 basket, and I can see it looking at me. Here's a bunch of good fish cutouts for this as well. Okay. Think what to do. So I think the first thing I'd like to do is actually the cover, going in here and taking a look at what we have. And we know that we want to keep these pages here, which I don't normally do. So I'm going to, I think, get a piece of muslin to glue down, and then we'll think about what we want to back these with. Another option would be that I could fully back this whole situation with one paper that was nice and strong, but I think I want muslin, so let me get it. Alright, so here is my muslin, and I'm going to cut it down to cover this, probably about there. So we'll just take the bottom off here. And that should be good. Yep. I usually use 3-in-1, but I'm going to use art glitter glue, I think, because I don't want it to be shiny. Although I may need to refill this bottle. Art glitter glue is one of those things, though, it feels like there's just always more in the bottle. This keeps on going. Okay, that should be good. We'll flip this over. Oops. Move it into place where I want it. I'm not too concerned with how it looks because none of this will be visible. But also, once dry, you're not going to see any of the glue, because that's the cool thing. It all dries clear and matte. And I'm just using my fingers to get right in the hips of the spine, just to kind of create a nice muslin strength for this book. So we'll need to let that dry. And then the next thing I'll want to tackle will actually be this front page. But what I can do in the meantime is I can create my spine for this book. My hidden spine. Just looking for some card. Here we go. So I have all different like thicknesses of different kinds of card. For this one, I want it to be relatively thin. So just like, this is just the cover of like an American Crafts paper collection. It's like a heavy cardstock. So let's measure this. Okay, so it's going to be just under 1 1/4. 1 1/16, actually, yeah, okay. By 7 1/2. So 7 1/2 by, actually, hold on. Yeah, 1 1/4, just under 1 1/4. 7 1/2, 1 1/4. Let me just cut some of the top of this off because it's a little bit hard to manage here. There we go. All right. And let's just double check that it's sensible in size, and it is. Good. Okay. So now I need some fabric that's going to go over the top of this this piece. Which fabric to use? Let me look. It's funny because I have some fabric here that has fish on it, but it's too, you know, I'd say youthful. So we're going to go with this, which is from a shirt fabric. And I need a decent amount. I kind of am thinking, separate this button. Okay. I'm sort of thinking about this in a couple different ways. I like that button, that line of buttons there. So why don't we add that there, and then I cut a little bit above and a little bit below. Put that back in my fabric scraps. And we sort of have options with this book. You know, I could, so this will go down here, and I could have this be a tuck spot on either side, really, if I were to center it. And that would be kind of neat. Yeah, I think I might do that. All right. So we'll let that keep drying. We'll line this up here, I guess. Put it about there. I'll just leave a little excess that I usually cut off later. my scraps. Okay, so then what I do next is, on the ugly side, I'm going to use up the remainder of this glue here to just get this a little sticky here. And where I want to put this is on the back side of this. So we'll go right here. We'll line that up right there. Actually, but no, I think I want a little more. Never mind. Sorry. I'm going to center it because we want a tuck spot on both sides. For a minute, I was thinking just one side. Sorry. So we're going to center. Okay. Center it like so. And then I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and I'm going to stitch all around here. So there we go. It's all stitched on here on the back. So that's how I stitch and that. So when I go to do my sewing all my signatures in, I'm going to stitch them to this actually. So, you know, this is going to be where we create like the dots to do the stitching. And we could probably do that now. It'll get it done ahead of time. Where's my glue pin? It's buried in all these things that I've got hanging around everywhere here. Oh, goodness knows I'll find it, but I do like to put all of my glue stuff back together. Did I drop it on the floor? No, it's here. It's just hiding. I will find it. I'll set this over here. Okay, put this pen away. Actually, I can use this pen. So what I typically do, I know I want that to be on this side. So this will be my top. And then, you know, we have to count our signatures, right? We've got 5. So start here. Just going to put that like that, I guess. There. This will be for our 3-hole binding. All right, so then we'll just start in the center. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll come out, we need 2 more, right, spots. Sometimes I do this more formally and other times I don't. I feel like I've just gotten decent at being able to do this by hand. I feel like it makes me like more in tune with my book that I do it this way. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I kind of know what I'm doing, how I'm going to place things. And when you draw these on, it looks a little wonky because like you've got your lines and your dots, but that's okay. Like that's basically what I need to know to stitch all these in. You know, and then we're going to punch them with my garden kneeling pad here. And I try not to go too hard or you get like very heavy ripple on this side where it'll push everything forward. This is fine. This is not super pressed forward. I don't know if you can see really. It's very minor, so it's hard to see, but like I don't have a huge ridge coming through, which is ideal because when I stitch them, right, this is the outward facing side. And typically, like if it's a thicker material, it can be a little bit more of a dramatic, like popped through hill. You can, you know, lay it back down using a bone folder. You can just kind of mash it back down, but I don't feel the need to in this case. It's fine. So that's done. We're not ready to use it yet, but it's done, and that's cool because now I won't be paused at that point. Let me grab the cover. So It's still drying. It's just about there though. Like that's the thing with art glitter glue. It's really, really quick. Let me see here how I'm going to want to do this. So my idea was I want to use this as a pocket here. I'm probably going to back it with something. And then I was thinking about how would this ticket kind of look like, so you get the Fisherman and the Luck. You know, I was thinking of making kind of a fun pocket with those two. So that's what I think I'll work on. We'll let that continue to dry. And now to figure out what I might want to back that in. I was thinking a little bit like maybe with black, because this is black. Do I have any black paper right here? I don't think so. Let me grab some. All right, and remember that gel paper pad? Here's some paper from it. Oh, there's those. Well, look at this. Where lies the land? That's interesting. But that's more seaman, not like fisherman. There's the captain's daughter. I might be able to use that actually. This is from that book. Remember we were tearing apart some big books? This is what was left over from it. I still need to kind of process through it. But yeah, I'll keep that as something to use for this book. But I just remembered we were going to try to keep a tally, right, of what we were using. And I said I would do that. Oh, I also have this. These are fun, surreal kind of bits. We'll set those aside too. Remember we said we would, well, I said, it's the royal we, that we would try to keep a tally of what we were going to use. So, what have I done? Okay, so yesterday, what did I do? Oh yeah. Hold on. I'm a little all over the place today, you guys. It's okay. So this is what we made, right? I have to, you know, what did we use? We used one children's dress. Actually, why don't I say, oh yeah, I was making it general. Let's kill that. Clothing articles. One. So we use that dress. And what else did I use up? Anything? No. But we made tags. We'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's going to be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those are the tags that we made. And then let's say journal cards. And like pockets or tucks. And envelopes. I made one envelope. So that's the envelope. So for journal cards, we have 1. Maybe it's easier to start with the pockets and tucks because I think that's what we mostly made. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And journal cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that documents yesterday. Gotta remember to do that. Today, what are we making and using up? So I would say postcards. Two, photographs, and maybe vintage ephemera bits, like the lottery ticket, right? One of those. And then how many photos do we have here? Because we're going to use all these. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is the boat one in here? No, so there's going to be 11. It's probably under the book. 5, 10, 11. Okay, so that's our work for today, right? Perfect. Now, let's work on this fun collage pocket. So I think I probably, with both of these together, have enough room, maybe this way though, to glue that on here and create like a little flap of space, and then that on here. And should we back that in something, or maybe just ink the edge? It's kind of nice. We could back it with this book spine, but you know, that's thick though. Maybe I'll back it with this because it's kind of a similar color. I just want it to have a little edge. Oh, and I need a different glue stick. Oops, this one is gloopy. Let's get rid of that altogether. Okay, I left this one uncovered this morning a little bit, so it's kind of annoyed with me, but it's still working. It's still extremely sticky. Almost too sticky. Okay. It's just to give strength to these vintage pieces, right? Then, go down well. Yep, okay. Okay, now this. I should get my glue book. And I should cover this in. I just had to change my battery, sorry about that. Push these together. Glue that here. Do I want to stitch? No, I don't think so. I think it's fine. I don't think I want to stitch. Where's my art glitter glue? Here it is. We'll use art glitter glue on this. Right there. And what I should check is that I'm not making this too wide for my page. No, I'm good. Okay. All right, so then I'll leave a tiny little black edge on this. And back here, I'm going to use a little bit of masking tape. First of all, to just seal that. So that they truly are together. And then down here, because I want to make a fold in here. And I just want to strengthen this because this is just like, you know, gel paper. It's not really mega strong or anything. Okay, so then we'll pick this whole thing up. And then just follow the lines of the folds that I made. All right. I'm going to fold these in, and that's going to give us a bit of a gusset. Okay, so that'll give us that gusset for that fun pocket there. And this is dry enough now that I can go in, turn this over, double check our size here with our gusset. We're good. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Yep. And I'm just going to use art glitter glue on all of the flaps. Oh, that needs some glue. Or do we want to, will this lift? It will lift right off. Let's lift it and keep it in the book. That'll be nicer, I think. Yeah, I like that. Yay! Sometimes things just go my way. All right. That's perfect. So cute. And if we wanted to, we could put that here. And it could be like a flip up. I could back it to give it more strength maybe. And then we would cover up all this kind of like book writing stuff and still have that underneath. Yeah, I think I might do that. That'd be cute as a way to come into this book. So there's our pocket, right? That's good. Let me grab my... I keep trying to remember to take a little picture when I'm working. So I have something for my thumbnail. Yesterday I'd forgotten to do one, and I didn't feel like coming down to the studio and like taking a picture of what I was working on. So I just used a picture of a red-tailed hawk that I recently saw. I thought if anything else, they will enjoy a picture of a red-tailed hawk. There's nothing wrong with that. So let's move this aside again. I'm going to use this double printed on accidentally kind of thing. It's great paper for this though. Oh, I don't want that one. That's my smudgy glue. I need this less. Well, this glue is actually grouchier at this point. You see that? It's because I left it out. It gets this sticky like bump, but then the rest goes back to normal, so we can still use this. I've got to go grab another glue stick in a moment anyways. This one's getting very low too. I need a glue stick, like wingman standby person to just be like my surgical assistant. Glue stick, scissors, paper clip, all the things, right? Okay, so let's just glue that down on here. And that will give it nice strength, right? Beauty. Now we'll cut this out. And I love that we get to keep the book, the property of Herbert Tradash, because there's something really wonderful about preserving just a little bit of the history of the book. Because I think a lot of the charm of journal making, it kind of comes in like the story that was already told, aligning with the new story that the artist is going to tell, you know, that's kind of fun. So let's make this the flap part, like the one that's going to be flopping up to do the tip up, right? And then we need some vintage photo distress ink, and we'll distress both sides of that fold as well as the back. Just so we can make it feel, you know, a little bit like more connected to the older paper. And then just kind of run over the whole thing with the remaining ink. And then the front. Just to kind of bring out the tatters. Okay. And then we're going to glue this down. And that's the header of our tip up. Okay. So that's already just a really fun entry to the book, right? And then, you know, something will go in this pocket. Haven't decided what yet, but yeah, it's got some nice room to it. And then obviously we have options back here too, though I tend to maintain the back of my journal where I'm going to plop my wax seal and do a little something decorative there. And I may just leave this be because it's just pretty, but we'll see. I mean, you can still see it, right? Behind the pocket, it's still very present. So yeah, we'll give it some thought maybe. But I think this would be a nice little bit to use back here with my wax seal, which I'll probably want to cover this stamp. It's a little too ever-present if I have all this. So I might actually just take the step now and glue this down here. And then that will help me when I'm going to do my wax seal to kind of determine what I want to do in that area. That little like two double exposure, or not double exposure, but two exposure kind of old picture. That will be very fun there. Okay, so I think that is a good amount of work for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow for more September Stash Smash. Also, please check out my friend Mary Ellen at Red Parrot. She's also doing September Stash Smash. I need to take a quick look to see whom else might be doing it. If anyone else is doing it, I haven't had a chance to check yet. But the hashtag is hashtag SEPT Stash Smash. So Sept Stash Smash. So I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.